Did you miss your chance to wield Captain America's shield? Are you at a loss of words after Thanos' Infinity Gauntlet was snapped out of thin air? Did you regret never getting the chance to slice off your own hands with Kylo Ren's cross-guarded lightsaber? Well folks, you're in luck, because we've created a list of mythic weapons and items we'd like to see that could really rock the Fortnite world. Have you had any mythic weapon ideas of your own? Compare them with ours and leave a comment down below. Before we get into the video, how about clicking that red subscribe button? It's going to help us out a ton, and it'll keep you updated on when we post more videos. Welcome back to NewScapeGames, your favorite source for Fortnite news, leaks, ideas, and theories. Okay, enough talk. Time to get mythical. Let's see what items we've got. Growth Ray. First up, we've got the Growth Ray. This item would make a character grow to 3 times their original size. Once acquired, this item can be used on yourself or an enemy. When used on yourself, you will gain 75 health, but this also makes you a bigger target for other players to shoot at. Luckily, you'd be able to deal considerably more damage with both handheld weapons and weapons that use ammunition. Because when you use it on an enemy or another player, the same rules apply. Your enemy will become a bigger target for you to inflict damage upon, though their health also goes up by 75 points. And they may be able to inflict more damage upon you. After using the Growth Ray, you can still build, but your builds do not change size with you. In some instances, your builds may become more tricky to navigate if you're a huge dude trying to walk on little platforms meant for regular-sized players. That all depends on what kind of strategy you would use to exploit the awesome powers of the Growth Ray. Let's move on to the next mythic item. Shrink Ray. The Shrink Ray would give you the opposite effects of the Growth Ray. The mythic item would allow the player to shrink themselves, or another player, down to 1/5 the size of their original body. Think, oh no, Mario is tiny after eating that poisonous mushroom. After blasting the Shrink Ray weapon, your health would stay the same. And unfortunately, you would deal less damage than you would at normal size. What's the strategy here, you ask? Using the Shrink Ray would make you a much smaller target, and would be convenient when trying to quickly escape gunfire from oncoming enemies. You could also use the Shrink Ray on an enemy to make them easier to squash, or to decrease the amount of damage they inflict upon you. Or, you could use it on an enemy as a funny prank to distract them from their kill streak. Sometimes, revenge may be best served as a tiny, tiny cold dish instead. Again, you will still be able to build after using the Shrink Ray, though it may be to your advantage or disadvantage depending on how long it takes you to traverse a large structure you've built. Moving on to a more vicious mythic item. Facehuggers. Have you ever seen the movie Alien? You know, the one with the giant, terrifying xenomorphs? Well, our beloved hero Ellen Ripley has also been able to take them on. But lurking in the deep, dark depths of space is another dangerous alien creature, the Facehugger. This creature latches onto a person's face. So naturally, we'd introduce this item as a mythic weapon that would do the same. You could pick a Facehugger up almost like a grenade. They'd be sitting in eggs around the map, and you could collect them from there. Once acquired, you would throw the Facehugger at an enemy, and it would latch onto their face. If you missed their body, but the Facehugger landed within a 15-foot radius of the target, the creature would be able to quickly crawl across the ground and latch onto them, unless it was shot dead first. Once it's on a player's face, the player's vision would go blurry for up to 10 seconds, and would also inflict 5 points of damage for every second it remains stuck on their face. A player could remove the Facehugger by repeatedly tapping the trigger button as fast as they can, or could have another player shoot it off their face. If nothing was done to remove the Facehugger, it would disintegrate after 10 seconds. However, you may be dead by then. Remember kids, no one can hear you scream in space. Now, onto a lighthearted item for a change. Darksaber. Now, if you've seen The Mandalorian, or are familiar with Star Wars lore, then get excited about this one. We'd love to see the Darksaber introduced into Fortnite, and think it would be a freakishly sought-after addition. There would only be one Darksaber available on the map during a match, since as you know, there's only one in the whole galaxy. This would mean you were super lucky if you happened to find it, and would be heavily respected, or feared, when wielding it against enemies. The Darksaber would be similar to the Infinity Blade, in that once it is acquired, it cannot be held alongside any other item, including materials and traps. Once you pick up the Darksaber, all of your items would be instantly dropped. so be careful. Now, we know that there were other lightsabers in the game, thanks to the introduction of Star Wars characters during the special event, so this one would have deluxe lightsaber stats. For a swing, you deal 75 points of damage. For a spin, 50 points of damage, and for a slam, 80 points of damage. It's almost guaranteed that the other players would hesitate to approach you, and would shoot from a distance. As with other lightsabers, the Darksaber would allow you to deflect bullets, though you could not deflect explosives. For one significant added advantage, your character would be able to move 30% faster since you'd be carrying less items, and you'd also be moving at the speed of a trained Jedi. Good luck on your search, Mandalorian. Moving on to the next item. Prepare yourselves. Foreman Jinji. We were all excited to see Laserbeam get his own skin added to Fortnite. What we love is the baby Jinji backbling. And we thought, hey, this could make for a pretty cool mythic weapon. So we came up with the idea of Foreman Jinji, which is an item you could pick up and place down near anything you build. Let's say you're trying to build really fast, and the match is heating up. You're worried about someone coming along and destroying your precious platforms, stairs, and walls. Well, just throw Foreman Jinji near a part of your structure, and Foreman Jinji is able to automatically heal the building over time, allowing you to focus on cutting down your enemies instead of defending your building. It's cute, fun, and strategic. Laserbeam would probably take pride in the fact that his little friend was also preserving the legacy of a construction site sturdily built. The only problem would be that someone could come along and snatch up Foreman Jinji and use him for their own building purposes, or just to sabotage your master plans. You'd have to be wise when placing this little fella. A gingerbread friend is one to keep close to the heart, but watch out, because destruction comes next. Flamethrower. Wouldn't you love to see a flamethrower in Fortnite? It's kind of surprising it doesn't exist yet. Players have been asking about one for years. We at NewScapeGames think it would be an excellent addition. It would be a favorite for players across the globe. This classic flamethrower is a callback to some of our most beloved sci-fi films, including Aliens and The Thing. Somehow, there's just always a crazy, freakish monster these folks have to deal with. The flamethrower we're thinking of for a mythic weapon would be able to unleash immense damage on your opponents and any structures, and would totally change the game. You could also blow up a vehicle in no time. The flamethrower would release a steady stream of fire for up to 7 seconds before you would have to let it recharge for 3 seconds. We know what you're thinking. Even though it would be fun to have an unlimited fuel, it would be unfair. That's why you would occasionally have to refill the tank up at a gas station. When used, this bad boy would inflict 10 points of damage for every second it's directed at a player. That means you could potentially inflict 70 points of damage over 7 seconds if you aim it properly. Even after you stopped firing at your enemy, they will still be on fire for 3 seconds, and will still have burns unless they jump into a pool of water or destroy a fire hydrant. You could also set a whole building or block on fire if you wanted to. What are the downsides of this mythic weapon? Don't try to use it near water. Its effects will be diminished. Have you wanted to use a flamethrower in Fortnite before? If so, let us know down in the comments. Maybe Epic will finally decide to drop one in-game someday during another season or special event. On to our last item, Peely's Prank. Video games are supposed to be fun, right? We hope all the kids who got grounded from Fortnite will still agree with us. That's why we have saved our funniest item for last. Peely always seems to make a comeback, and that's why we had to give him his own mythic weapon, Peely's Prank. This is a banana peel that you could find many places throughout the map, often near restaurants or buildings with food around. Once acquired, this special item could be thrown at a player to make them slip and lose control for 3 seconds. Peely's Prank banana peel could also be thrown at a vehicle or boat to make it spin out for 3 seconds. After all, what's a good slippery prank without paying respect to Mario Kart? Maybe you're thinking, how could a banana peel make a car spin out in Fortnite? Well, it would be due to its mythical abilities, of course. Even though Peely's Prank would cause minimal damage to an enemy, the real benefit would be the laugh you get when you see a godlike Thor slipping and sliding around and fall on their derriere. Okay, folks. That covers all the mythic weapons we came up with that we think could really change the game of Fortnite. What do you think about these selections? Any you saw that you just can't believe aren't actually in the game yet? Are there any mythic weapons that you believe should become part of Fortnite? Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. Thanks again for watching, and we at NewScapeGames are excited to see what gets released in the next season. Remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and click that bell so you never miss a video. Don't forget, you can always use code NewScapePro in the item shop. This has been NewScapeGames, your source for Fortnite news, leaks, ideas, and theories. Until next time.